What's up guys, welcome back to Talaria boys. As you can see right here, we have a Talaria. This is Reed's bike, and today we're going over a brand new controller that's mounted on it. This is the Ventus VTB V9600 controller. We've had this for a while. We've kind of hinted at doing this video coming up, but now it's finally time that it's here. We're gonna review it. We're gonna talk about all the features, the amazing display that it has, lot of functionality, and then we're going to get out and put it to the test by combining it with the most powerful Talaria motor you can get right now, this Socian FW02, and an EBMX 72 volt race battery. So let's get into some specs and then we're going to go out and ride it. All right, let's go over what you get in the box. This is a pre-production one that we've been testing, and now we have the full-on production one mounted to the bike. So this is what you get. You get the full-on controller, you get a throttle in the box. Our one up here is newer and updated, really nice feeling throttle. You get the display, you get all the wiring coming off that is all labeled so you know exactly what it's supposed to plug into. Like that says 2 regen brake, so we know that it's going to plug into our thumb regen brake, which is awesome that it comes with this. We also have this toggle button set with tons of different stuff that you can use to program the controller. We got different adapters to plug in different motors, and they're labeled for what they're supposed to be put on. And yeah, so it comes in a really nice kit, big old nice box. You even get a tempered glass screen protector for your display, which is a nice touch. So at $1,200, this is a premium controller, but you do get premium stuff with it, and it has a ton of compatibility to tons of different models. All right, let's go over the specs. So this controller costs about $1,200. It does come with a ton of accessories that I think make it worth the money. It's rated at a peak power output of 44 kilowatts, but there's really no motor or battery that can like supply that, and it's a true peak kilowatt output. So today, the most powerful motor and battery you can put in a Talaria really is about 25 kilowatts that we have here today. So that's pretty much what we're going to be putting to the test on this controller. It is rated at 1,000 phase amps. That's essentially your low end torque. So we're going to be testing that out, see how that feels, pumping that into this motor. And then let's look at some of these specs here. So we do have this large display. We've got engine stop and start. We've got different drive modes that you can toggle over here. You can set up all these different parameters within the app to get full customization. You can go into a different race mode on here where it locks down your functions so that if you hit any buttons, it doesn't change stuff. We do have the throttle that comes with it here. Nice looking throttle. We do have a button here that we haven't been able to figure out what it does or if it's needed, but it is there. The bike will go even while it's charging, which is pretty sweet. I wasn't ready for it to go. Usually the bikes don't go when they're charging, but this one does. So over here, you can actually, I think, power in your horn to work. We haven't done that. You've got your modes here that you can toggle through, your different drive modes, D1, 2, and 3 that you can set up in the app. You do have your temperatures and your range and your percentage and all kinds of stuff. You can turn up your regen up and down on here. You have an aux button that we haven't been able to program yet. We have a thumb regen brake. Basically what I'm getting at is that this controller has a ton of functionality, and within the app, you can just customize everything. And to a certain extent, I think it's a little too complex for some people, but if you're someone that likes to just fiddle with everything, then you can pretty much fiddle with everything on this controller. We've had to spend a little bit more time like programming it and trying to, well, not programming it, but adjusting different settings and parameters to get it to feel exactly how we want it to feel. And I think we've gotten it to a pretty good spot where we're comfortable with it, where it has the power, where the throttle feels the way we want it to feel. But with this controller, I think you will have to spend a little bit of time experimenting on a couple of rides to get it to feel exactly how you want. I'm jumping in really quick to show you guys a new headlight we have at our store. We've been on the hunt for a good headlight because we night ride a ton, and this is it. It is extremely bright at 40 watts output versus most of the competitors being around 24 watts. It has 6 different power modes. It's plug and play with our fit kits for any of the E-motos currently on the market, and it's a great price, so you guys will have to check it out. Link in the video description. All right, guys, we're gonna show you the app here. So we have a real-time app. You can even like change it from D1 to D3 and it'll actually change on the display in real time. You can change these different regen levels on the side as well. See them change in real time. If we go into our parameter settings here, you can change the power levels and speed percentages within your 3 drive modes. So you can see we have them all at about 13, 14 kilowatts, and then we have other settings changed within those. If you go down into the mode settings tab, then you can change how your throttle feels within 5 different other modes. So when you're in 1, 2, or 3 on your drive modes, you can cycle through your throttle modes 5 different levels and have them change how it feels. So you could be in drive mode 1, go into throttle mode 5, and you could set it to be really aggressive, and you could go back into throttle mode 1 and have it be super basic and docile if you're just cruising. So there is a ton of functionality in here, just so much stuff you can customize. You can even like edit your curve, and you can draw a line like I'm doing here. I don't know any other controller that you can like draw some funky throttle curve line, but it's pretty cool. So you have tons of customization. If we go back out, I think it's a little less intuitive than some of the other controllers that are been out for longer, but I think they're working on their app and they're gonna get it set up a little bit better in the future. All right, we are headed out on a ride. Let's see how this new VTB V9600 is the full name controller does. We're gonna hit our start button, ready, and we're in drive. We're in mode D1, which I think I have it like 14 kilowatts, but we'll play with the app a little later in the ride, change some stuff up. Alex has got the wheelie down. If you guys are watching this video and you are interested in purchasing one, we do have an affiliate link, so if you guys purchase one, we do get a little kickback for making this video. So you'll have to check it out, link in the video description. So far we haven't had any issues and it seems to be working great. All right, now that we're on some single track, let's talk about this controller a little bit more. So VTB is a brand. They created that super powerful stock bike that we reviewed on the channel a couple months back called the Ventus 1. This is the same controller that's on that bike. So this controller is capable of a ton of power, ton of torque or phase amps, very impressive. And we've actually had a version of this controller for like 4 months now. We had a pre-production one. It was kind of a test sample to try out, and we didn't really have any issues with it apart from the display didn't work for some reason, but we were still able to customize everything with the app and change modes with the app, and so we were able to spend some good time on it. And now we have the full production one. Seems to be working great. We've been able to spend we've done, I think this is the 4th ride on it, on the actual production one. Haven't had any issues, so seems to be running good. It's got the power, it's got the customization. It definitely has been a process trying to get the throttle and all the settings and modes to feel exactly how we want them, and I think we're still not quite there. Just because like a lot of the names they use inside this is a really tough spot here. A lot of the names they use inside of the app for different settings and customizations aren't very intuitive and don't really line up with the rest of the like industry standards as far as names for, you know, what a setting will change on the bike. So even us knowing all we do about upgraded controllers and upgraded E-motos and, you know, owning basically every other controller on the market, it was still fairly difficult to get set up and tuned how we wanted it to feel. Now, it doesn't mean it's a bad controller. Just know that like if you buy this, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time getting it perfect. You can't just plug it in and go ride and have it feel like exactly how you want it. And that's kind of the story with any controller, but even more so with this one.
Okay guys, I just came from my bike with the 1821 setup and the EBMX X9000 controller, switching to this Ventus controller. I've spent a little bit of time on this controller. I really like the setup process that goes through with this controller. Every single wire is labeled. It's super easy to install, but the only thing that I don't really love about the controller is that there are so many different modes in it that it's kind of hard to adjust. It takes some time to get used to. Once you do get used to it, that's when it starts to become super fun, feels super good, and ride really well. Reed was not able to come on this ride. Someone had to stay home and run the business. This is the controller that he decided that he wanted to run. That's why we got the blue color. So he's gonna be running this controller for a while, seeing how it does over the long run, seeing if he likes it better than all the other controllers on the market, because he's pretty set on the nuclear controller and how that feels. I think this one might be second on his list so far.
So with this setup and controller, we've been able to pull 24 kilowatts, which is basically what our motor is limited to. Our battery can do more than that. The controller can do more than that. But that is a ton of freaking power This bike is extremely fast. We'll have to do a top speed run someday, but I think with the right gearing, we're in that 85-mile-an-hour range, which this motor is done with other controllers. So it's definitely right in the realm. This controller is very powerful, very tunable. It's a good controller. I'm stoked on it. It's really nice that it comes with the throttle, with the thumb regen brake, and you can customize how much braking you want that lever to do. You can also turn up your regen up and down with the display on these buttons on the side here. That's a nice setup. It's a nice premium controller. As long as you're willing to just, you know, put in the little bit of extra effort it takes to get it to feel how you want, then this will be great for you.
I think this control center is my favorite of all of the controllers that I've tried. It comes with a throttle that feels stiff and predictable. It comes with these super tactile buttons that changes so much on my favorite display screen. It's got the start engine. It's got all these things that Lance explained before. It's colored. It's got the speakers in it. It's pretty cool. And of course, it comes with that regen. All of this, the install process is so easy with those labels on the wires. As I continue down here, I just wanted to talk about how the throttle feels. Once you get through that initial process of learning how to set up the controller, how to tune it with the relatively complicated display and app, once you get that down, the controller feels very, very good, very predictable, and easy to ride. In my opinion, this is not like a beginner controller. You need to have some patience. You need to be able to learn a lot about the controller as you're setting it up. It's not just going to plug in and play and feel exactly how you want to right off the bat, but it is once you learn how to control it and tune it. So just to recap, my final thoughts about this controller: I feel like it's a very strong controller. It comes with literally everything you could possibly want to install it. The install process is easy. The app's a little hard to manage, but once you get that down, the controller can feel very good.
I just want to give a quick shout out for those of you that are new to the channel. We appreciate you guys watching this video. It's not our most exciting video, but we like to do these controller reviews, you know, help all you guys that are in the market for one kind of understand the differences and, you know, make a more informed purchase. That's our goal of this video. Well, hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel. We'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, join us for more content. And if you have an E-moto, you'll have to check out our online parts store. Me and Alex and Reed are also just so appreciative of all you guys watching the video, supporting the channel, and also supporting our online store. You know, we pretty much like left all of our other jobs to pursue this full time and, you know, continue to create the best YouTube videos we can around these bikes and this type of content, and start our store to go along with it, to continue to, you know, be able to provide you guys with a good, like, all-encompassing E-moto experience where you guys can watch the videos, you can learn about the bikes, make an informed decision on what bike you would like to purchase, and then continue that with being able to purchase good, high-quality upgraded parts, understand if they're compatible with your bike, and just be able to have a good experience in this whole industry and have a good time getting out and riding these bikes. We appreciate you. Thanks for the support. All right, guys, I think it is time to end the video. Seems like Alex likes the controller too. He loves the display. He was telling me all about it.
Yeah, I really like the whole setup that it gives you. That's kind of the best thing about the controller, is just these buttons, the regen, the display, the throttle. It's the whole package.
Yeah, it really is the whole package. I think it's a competitive price point for what you get. Again, if you guys are interested in this, we do have an affiliate link, so if you purchase one, we do get a little kickback for making this video. We appreciate you guys' support.
All right, we're gonna head down the trail, get some lunch. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Catch you next time.
See ya.